Today I'm going to be showing you this Stern Batman 66 Premium Pinball Machine, and this is available from Pinball Heaven, who are the UK's largest distributor of pinball machines. Now, I love this game, and I know you probably would expect me to say that, but I really do. This one's actually my own. I bought it, that's how much I love it. And all I can say is, since I purchased it, I've only fallen more in love with it, really. This is one of the best pinball machines that has ever been made. In my opinion, of course, but there will be an awful lot who agree with me. It was designed by legendary pinball designer George Gomez, and the code was created by iconic pinball coder Lyman Sheets, who has just done a wonderful job. And what I really love about this pinball machine is there are achievable missions within the game, but also for the more advanced player there are a lot of different side missions and some quite deep coding which can really take you off and ask you to do a lot more demanding stuff. But if you just want to plug it in and play it, there's a very, very easy and simple and enjoyable game to be had here. Some pinball machines just get it right, and when I say get it right, they get the shots right, they get the theme right, and what I mean by that is certainly the imagery, which I'm sure you'll all agree is absolutely beautiful, and if you are of a certain vintage, it's going to be quite nostalgic for you. But they also get the sound right, and I think that's incredibly important on a pinball machine, particularly if you're going to be looking to invest in one. I love the series, but actually it's really quite immersive and it lends itself massively to the game. So we've got this wonderful LCD display at the top of the playfield on the screen there, and they've been able to incorporate so much of the wonderful footage from the original Adam West Batman series, which is just incorporated in the shots, and the way they've woven it all together is absolutely amazing. The call-outs, which I believe some of which were actually done especially for this game by Adam West himself, are so synonymous with the series, and certainly when you play it you feel that you are in the Batman 66 world, which again I do find is incredibly important, because what you're dealing with inherently is a world under glass here, and there's no doubt about it. I do feel that I'm one of the Caped Crusaders. Which one? I'm not so sure. And what you've got to do in its most basic form is catch the Riddler, catch Penguin, catch the Joker and catch Catwoman, and lock them up behind bars, and it will require that you hit different shots to achieve those individual targets. And this is what we call a kapow game, which is quite fitting, really, isn't it? This is, you're in for a treat here. This is mech heavy, and what I mean by that is it's not only got one mech, it has two fantastic mechanisms on this game. Firstly, and probably the one that would become most evident and most obvious to you, would be the crane, which is driven by Penguin, and that's a sort of pendulum ball which swings across the playfield, thus changing your target for each particular shot. And with the pinball you actually have to hit the crane, which then in turn will move on and give you another target which to aim for. The thing that I think really makes this game is a turntable, which is at the back of the playfield, and this is where it really ties in with the theme. If you're aware of the series of Batman, or very much the premise of Batman, because it does tie into every generation, because there's been a Batman for as long as all of us can remember. But as you'll know, when something sinister and dodgy happens in Gotham City, when either the Joker or Penguin, Riddler, Catwoman does something naughty, the bat phone will ring. Commissioner Gordon will ring the bat phone and Batman will answer, and on the turntable it actually rotates round and you'll hear the bat phone ringing, but there is actually a phone on there which will start to light up. The premise couldn't be simpler. You use your pinball on the flipper, you hit the bat phone, you answer the call, the distressed call, the bat signal lights up at the back, and then you go and try and catch that particular villain, put them in prison. There are various bonuses that are achievable along the way, and it's just, as I say, a completely immersive and wonderful experience. There's a wonderful TV screen at the start of this turntable which will project some of the images from the screen, and it matches up sometimes with that, but will also show some imagery from the series itself. It also rotates around and you get a Batmobile. Of course you do. It wouldn't be Batman without a Batmobile, really, would it? I'm a massive, massive fan of this game. As I say, the longer I get it, the more it's grown on me. It definitely has that George Gomez feel about it. I have a Deadpool and I previously owned a Lord of the Rings. There are some similar shots on here, but it doesn't feel stale. It doesn't feel old. In many respects, the ramp that's on the right-hand side on this game is a mirror of the ramp that's on the left-hand side in Deadpool, but that's absolutely fine. Certainly the left orbit shot is very, very similar to the shot you'll find on Lord of the Rings, which is also George Gomez. So, but as I say, it doesn't feel repetitive. It doesn't feel old at all. And there's something incredibly satisfying about these two ramps, both the left and the right ramps, which are the Catwoman ramps. Fantastic shots. There's a way to double and multiply an individual shot by hitting the Commissioner Gordon target. There's a scoop shot, which I really love, and something else which I haven't mentioned already is there's a magnet which adds a sort of random element to the game. Not only will it capture your ball when you shoot the bat foam, but also if you get... That's the Joker. That's the Joker area of the playfield, and sometimes the Joker, because he's full of mischief, is the Joker. The magnet will start grabbing the ball and chucking it around the playfield in unpredictable ways. So that throws up its own challenges. All in all, it's a magnificent game, a fantastic game, and a game that I would recommend to anybody. And actually, I've just been on Pinball Heaven website just now and looked at machines for sale, and there's just something very, very special about this game. And I just would like to mention also the artwork. I must say that my particular model is in an luminous, and as some of you might think, quite a sickly green. You don't have to have it in green. It will come in a standard black, unless you want it to, and then that obviously can be arranged. But I do love the artwork on it. There's something really vibrant about it. The back glass, the side art on the back box, just all goes together, as I mentioned earlier, for the complete package. Absolutely love this game. If you'd like to get your hands on one, I don't think they're going to be around for long. They're available in Pinball Heaven, the UK's largest pinball distributor. I'm going to have a game.